Now that the 2010s decade is ending, which trends are the most regrettable?
I have a feeling a lot of people who got huge ass fat transfer procedures to look like a Kardashian are going to regret them in the coming decade.
Facebook turning from a fun place to connect with friends to an anti-democracy data ghetto.
FOMO. The fear of missing out. Please, let me miss out a bit more and be alone in peace.
The death of legitimate journalism. Replacing in with sound bites, partisan hacks, fake news and networks in such a rush to report anything that they don't bother to fact-check.
Wearing mental illness like a badge of honor. I am fully on board with acknowledging mental illnesses and getting people proper treatment so their lives can be improved. We should be able to talk about our problems and find solutions to them. However, my problem lies with the people who just pick and choose which mental illnesses to self-diagnose themselves with, and then they become the biggest parts of their personalities. Case in point, I saw a post on Twitter because one of my friends liked it. The person's bio read something like ADHD, PTSD, bipolar, manic depressive, Asperger's, possibly sociopath. That is someone I never want to interact with. At all.
None. Let's just pretend some of them never happened.
Now watch me whip, now watch me nay nay.
Social media influencers.
Anti-vaxxers. The online troll culture. It's easy to be negative and critical. It takes maturity to have a dialogue.
Highly overdrawn lips and eyebrows like, I can see where your real lip ended a half-inch back.
Instead of bringing people closer together, social media has isolated us more than ever.
Internet has very successfully destroyed chances of people having a redemption in real life.
I feel like Reddit only ever talks about like 6 topics. We all could have named the top comments of this thread before clicking on it.
Wealth worship. The Kardashians are an obvious example with Kylie Jenner's billionaire status. Also, high surveillance. Amazon's Echo and the like being bought and placed in homes, willingly.
Turning depression into a meme. Making humor out of an unfortunate situation is one thing, but tweeting about it all the time is annoying, let alone an unhealthy way to tackle it.
The way people just shit all over things they don't understand. It happens with everyone, not any particular groups. I'm tired of seeing people so blatantly disrespectful towards things other people enjoy. If I like X and you like Y, why do you have to argue X vs Y? Can't we just have a meaningful conversation about X and Y both being shaped by V? Edit. Yes, I know this has been happening since the dawn of man, but it has become much more apparent with the widespread use of social media.
The trend of thinking that having your feelings hurt justifies compelling everyone else to stop what they're doing.
Clickbait.
I'm gonna go ahead and say TGE swag trend that most 14-year-olds liked. I thought it was silly as all hell.
Farmville posts on Facebook.
Everything is cringe. Ugh, this homework is so cringy. This potato salad makes me cringe. The obnoxious challenge culture. Edit. All these upvotes went to my head.
Rebooting everything for the sake of nostalgia instead of coming up with new ideas.
Outrage culture.
Apple killing the 3.5mm headphone jack.
A little different, but every single car becoming a bubble-shaped ugly fucking crossover with an automatic transmission. There's nothing interesting about the auto industry anymore.
Microtransactions in gaming has been unfortunate.
That one time we had a clown problem.
Crappy video games that is only there so you can pay to play. I wish we could leave all the hating each other trends behind. The sooner everyone realizes whether you're Republican, Democrat, gay, black, white, male, female or anything in between, we are all working towards the same goal. We all want wealth and happiness. We would have all of that if we would all put this "I'm Republican and Democrats are whiny babies, I should try to make them sad" mentality behind us. We would all have everything we could ever want. Just know, whoever reads this, no matter who it is, I love you. I hope that maybe one day we could all see each other for the amazing phenomenon that we are.
Seemingly endless stream of movie remakes and sequels. Most poor, done mostly to make a quick easy buck off the name of the previous movie, and sadly most show a lack of creativity and original thinking.
The rise of irresponsible journalism. The drop in civility. The drop in responsible use of social media.
That weird mustache trend that was popular around 2013, you know, when teenagers would have mustaches on the phone cases, as jewelry and whatnot.
The mass shooting trend wasn't particularly well thought out.
Cheating culture.
How meme culture turned into a contest to produce the coolest and funniest memes. Memes are also chewed up and spat out at ludicrous speeds rather than left to naturally die.
Widespread anti-intellectualism. The amount of folks who found an echo chamber where their opinions are the equivalent of well-researched experts presenting facts. This includes flat earthers, anti-vaxxers, climate change denial, etc. It's simply wrong to continue to let these debates occur with equal representation. Rather, we should show the true disparity here. Either have 98 scientists debate against 2 or give one guy 98% of the face time during a discussion. Maybe then some things will get through.
Loot boxes.
Killer clowns. When in 2016 people dressed up as killer clowns and scared people in the night. And there were also physical attacks, I think.
Joule. Like, what the fuck happened?
This isn't a prank, it's a social experiment wherein we're going to see if people get mad when we walk up to them and punch them as hard as we can.
Coney 2012.
The "don't call, insert creepy being at 3 a.m. challenge" was stupid.
Midget spinners.
School shootings.
The XYZ population is outraged. This is a really depressing thread.
The erosion of our privacy and freedoms. Edit, don't waste your money on silver, gold, and that crap. Edit 2, since this seems to be getting a bit of attention, let me climb up on this soapbox for a sec. Instead of spending your hard-earned money on Reddit awards, not just this post but any, donate to a worthy charity instead. Give to your local no-kill animal shelter, or buy some scarves and shit for the homeless this winter, I don't know, just do something that will make you feel good and help someone. Or buy yourself something nice. Be excellent to each other.
Influencers.
The continued trend to treat ignorance as equal as expertise. Especially in the media, where both sides needing to be represented even if one side is based on fact and the other on easily provable lies.
Anti-intellectualism, refusing to believe experts in their field over some crazy person on the internet. I think it got worse this decade and I hope we leave it here. Edit, yes, you should use statistical analysis to critically analyze data presented. Yes, you should use common sense.
Opening ice cream contains and licking them, then putting them back on the shelf.
Massively drawn on eyebrows.
The being alive and doing taxes challenge.
Logan and Jake Paul. Edit, holy crap. Thanks for the shinies, kind stranger.
I am so late to the party and will get buried, but gatekeeping. Not entirely a recent thing but has become just more pronounced due to tech and media these past year. Be it films, nerd culture, metal bands, shows, games, or even mental illnesses and opinions. The whole, you can't really be. Unless you, I have done. My whole life really grinds my gears. I get it, people want to feel validation or experts or unique in their interests, but just because someone has not spent their entire life studying it or has other hobbies and interests does not make them liking the same thing any less credible. Some people just have a more passive interest or are enjoying the subject for a different reason, accept that. For example, you can like a Marvel film without totally buying into nerd culture, comic books and the whole Marvel universe. Let people enjoy things. The mental health or woe is me gatekeepers are the worst. Invalidating others' experiences as you have been diagnosed longer or have a friend who once studied psychology once is a dick move. Sure, people overplay or misinterpret mental illness or use it as a conversation point, but there are also so many genuine cases. Just because someone has a seemingly nice life to someone else, without abuse in childhood or trauma, doesn't not mean they cannot experience depression. Likewise, just because you cannot pull yourself out of depression doesn't not mean the person that did that and improved did not have real depression. Maybe it's the way of world now. People are more aware they are not special. There are no truly unique people, so gatekeepers are those in denial of this and try harder to cling onto something that they think sums up their entire individuality and identity.
Oh, I need this thread. I left the US in 2011 to Japan and only came back a few weeks ago. I've been asking friends what I've been missing out on. There's been a lot of reverse culture shock.
Whatever the shit people are doing to their eyebrows. Like the 2000s were bad for eyebrows, but I'm not sure the appropriate corrective measure was to go from having the least brow possible to having the most brow possible and drawing them on so precisely you look like an anime character. Edit, y'all didn't read my post. This is not a defense of the sperm brow, or a criticism of naturally thick brows. The Instagram brows in the links people have posted are more what I am talking about.
Just all the family YouTube channels in general.
Social media making everyone feel like they need to be heard. It's one of the main reasons why stuff like anti-vaxxers, MLMs, Nazis, cancel culture, flat earthers, etc. exists. Misinformation is just spread like a disease within echo chambers like that. Catch me outside, how about that?
The Kardashians.
Gender reveal parties. Not the normal quiet events with family, but the driving need to get more and more _extreme_ with every passing year. I've seen parks ruined, beaches littered, and all for something as basic as the gender of your unborn child. Spreading blue glitter everywhere doesn't somehow make the child more special than just saying, it's going to be a boy. They're already special, they're your child.
MLMs.
Tribalism. Us vs them. Without middle ground. Without even attempting to find common ground.
Being a dick to people on camera for likes from strangers.
The rise of free-to-play games as a service video games. Where beforehand you could spend $60 and then a reasonable price for expansion packs or DLC packs for most games, now you can spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars for an amount of content that does not reflect how much you have invested at all.
Social media influencers. Making tons of money and reaching fame by becoming a brand ambassador for bogus skin products never really made sense to me. Modeling is a profession of its own, but not everyone can or should do it. Instagram has made us believe that many of these influencers have perfect lives, and the inadequacy people feel when scrolling through their feed is extremely unhealthy for society. Becoming an influencer should never have been what social media was for. Connecting with friends has now turned into admiring strangers from afar, leading many of us to feel lonelier than ever.
Y'all remember Google+?
Consider subscribing.